Hi, my name's Deborah Cummins and I'm the founder and director of Bridging Peoples, a training and facilitation agency that focuses on community-sensitive development. And I'm so thrilled and honoured to have been invited to come to Turkey to deliver some training on community engagement to NGO workers working in Syrian communities. Now, I know that the work that you're doing is incredibly important and I'm so looking forward to learning more about your work, about the context that you're working in and some of the challenges and opportunities that are there while I get to spend some time with you over this 5-day training. And my job is to give you practical tools and tips that you can use, practical strategies that you can use to help you get better at community engagement, to help you bring levels of participation, community participation up in the programs that you're delivering. Now, there are two main reasons that I do this type of work. This is my life's work. The first is around issues of effectiveness. I wholeheartedly believe that the work that we're doing is important, that we get to touch people's lives, we get to help, we get to do things that can really improve people's situations and communities' situations. And it's an honour and a privilege that we need to take quite seriously, which means that we need to get people in the door. We need to mobilise them. It's not enough. Make no mistake, it's not enough to simply say, hey, here's a program, come and get it. We need to actually be smart about how we get community members participating, how we get them involved in the work that we do, because we are talking about their lives. And as a development professional as well, it's in your best interest to be as effective as you can. You want people in the door. It's both the right thing to do, it's also the smart thing to do. Now, the second reason that I do this work, and this is something that is really important to me, it's very close to my heart, it's around issues of community resilience. Unfortunately, over the years that I've worked in this field as an academic, as a field worker, as a development professional, as a researcher, I've seen levels of community resilience go down because of interventions that don't fit the community context, that are in fact working against the strengths in a community. Now, resilience is something that's talked about sometimes quite misleadingly, but it is something important. We all rely on it much more than we realise we do. It's only when it's gone that we say, hey, what happened? But the good news is that we can get smart about this and we can actually work on community strengths and in so doing help to build up community resilience. So the bottom line is, it's in all of our interests as development professionals to get as good as we can at working with the strengths that are there in a community, at really contextualising the work. And it's not as difficult as it might sound. There are tools and tips and strategies that you can employ that will help you to get better. Whether that's working in a refugee camp, whether it's working in an IDP camp, whether it's working in Syrian communities, these tools and strategies work across the board. So in this 5-day course, Youssef and I will be taking you through a range of different ideas, theories, strategies and tools that you can implement across the project life cycle. So we'll be looking at project identification, project planning, implementation issues, monitoring and evaluation. We'll also be looking at very specific tools and strategies around community mobilisation and participation. And communications, which is incredibly important, that we often forget and think it's just a poster campaign. No, it's much, much more than that, and I have a lot of fun talking about that. So the idea is that this course be really practical, that we use your work context to help you develop strategies that you can directly incorporate immediately after the training into your work. Because we want this work to not only be about theories, which are good and important. We've got a lot to learn from all of these thinkers before us, but we also want it to be quite practical. So the course is very participatory. I'll be facilitating it in a way that we're using all of your work context, so that then it almost becomes a bit of a program design session as well. And you'll then be able to have at least a few strategies that you can go out and test and see if they work and adapt according to the needs in your communities. So that's it from me. I really look forward to meeting you at the end of July. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.